Meowdy. Hello, hello. Oh man, it's been a while since that one. What's up? Hello. It's going pretty well. Yeah, it's been a long week, not necessarily in a bad way, but I've had a lot going on and I'm tired. Ugh. Ara ara. A very tired one. Oh right, I should turn on the experience focus mode. Oh. Never mind, I'm not allowed to focus. Imagine being able to focus, not me. You know, like, meow. No focusing, only getting distracted. Which, you know what? Fair enough. That's the story of my life, really. Thank you for the 5 stars. My skin is cleared. My crops are watered. The cat brain cell wings. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I am likely a cat. Perhaps, mayhap, perhaps. Following seats. Oh man, I used to get so distracted in Genshin when I'd be like, "Ooh, let me go follow this thing. Let me go do this thing." And now I'm just like, "Oh, there's too many things." Yeah, I'm gonna get right to the Arlecchino quest because I've heard it's long. I don't know how much more there is to it, but I'm sure we won't get caught. I'm not going to spend money on this banner. Personally, like, if I get her, that'd be great, but...
Lenny, how did everything go?
Oh, so echoey. Yeah, I'm not gachaing today. I am doing the story. Hanging out with all the fam.
Well, long story short, we ran into a small issue. Clairvy can't go into the sunlight.
Yep, I'm sure. Exactly, she isn't gonna be mad, right? Right. Yeah, so is Clairvy a vampire? Is that what's happening? Oh!
Everything was fine at first. She followed me up to the surface just like I told her.
Okay. I don't know, Clairvy apparently can't go out into the sunlight.
As I let her out of the shadows and into the sunlight, she vanished.
When the world needed her most.
I turned around and there she was, standing at the edge of the shadows, silently watching me.
Oh, that's a sad smile. Nya.
Huh. Maybe she's afraid of sunlight, or... No, it wouldn't be her wish if that were the case.
To be fair, we have never established ghost logic. Or like ghost rules. Maybe ghosts can't go out into the sunlight, I say, ignoring all of the Leo ghosts that were definitely out in the sunlight. But she's also not transparent, so I don't know.
Well, we could
You're right.
always try
Parasol.
pushing her into it.
Hi, Mon. That'll be plan C.
Oh, true.
I've pretty much tried it
Plan
all
C for
already.
see-through.
Nothing worked. Eventually, the sun went down, so all I could do was bring her back here. How did it go with you, Lynette?
So is it like... Does artificial light work? What about artificial light that mimics sunlight? What are the limits here?
Good. I've got the list.
Oh.
It's right here.
I really hope that no one noticed. I'm pretty sure we're about to get caught.
Really? Well, what are we waiting for? Let's take a look.
Maybe we shouldn't be yelling this in a very echoey location, too. Because, like, Oh, tree transition.
Oh, that's a lot of pages. Oh, it's gonna take forever to get through it all.
We can each take a section. Here.
La Pouillade, L'Endroit, Chambert...
Paimon, don't distract the rest of them by reading it out loud. Ah, horror. Okay. I don't know. Am I supposed to know these guys?
Oh, yikes. That
think so.
Aurora guy has a huge scar on his face. He's kinda giving Paimon the creeps.
That's also true, yeah, no, there's different types of ghosts. Because, like, Clairvy is not like the Leah ghost for sure. And then there's those the Mondstadt ghosts, which are also different. They have like their own like, what is it? They have like the that one area that no one can like return from or whatever. Tavad has its own laws, and each nation has their own laws underneath that too. It seems like.
Ah,
And then
I've
Inazuma
met
has like
him
the
before.
tree thing. Okay.
The scar is from an injury he received during a mission. I still remember him joking with me about it.
Mirror Javari, yeah, that's
He
it.
said
Mirror
any future
Javari?
lover would take one look at him and then lose all interest.
I don't know, some people like scars.
Did he say anything else?
Well, I asked if there was someone he was interested in. He said no, and that's where our conversation ended. It was only later that I learned he really did have someone he liked. He risked everything to escape so he could be with her, but it didn't work. One day, Father asked to see him, and, well, I never saw him again after that.
Oh, that's not.
Wait, so that means the knave, she...
Or, alternatively, maybe she faked their death? I'm coping, but, maybe she faked their deaths, and, so this is so that the Fatui don't go after them.
It may seem cruel, but it's just one of the rules of the house.
Yeah, that's probably just what happened. They're probably dead.
Betrayal is not to be taken lightly. We know too many secrets to come and go as we please. So, if you do try to leave, you pay with your life.
Well...
The name's not here, huh? Well, that's not too surprising. It doesn't seem like this list is complete. It only contains records dating back around 5 years. Let's shift our attention then. Fremine, were you able to find anything out? Fremine.
Sorry. I was thinking about something. I managed to talk to quite a few people, but I couldn't help but notice that the atmosphere in the house was a little... strange.
Stranger than usual?
Strange.
Yeah, I mean, I know there have been arguments in the past, times when people haven't gotten along. Chaplot and Filiol are a good example of that.
Oh, those are two of the people that we met while delivering supplies. Paimon can see how they might not get along. They had very different vibes, and their, interests seem to be pretty different as well.
That's to be expected, actually. Father brought us all here, shared her knowledge with us, taught us how to fight. That's one thing we all share. But that's also where the similarities end. Not all of us feel the same desire to stay here. As members of the House of the Hearth, we're also considered part of the Fatui. And to a lot of people, that's an identity they never asked for.
Especially once they grow up and, like, actually understand what that means.
Certain members get older and realize
yeah,
they want
exactly.
something else for themselves. But considering the rules of the house, most people would never say that out loud. People like Chaplot and Foltz are loyal to Father and her vision. They're proud to be part of the Fatui. Filiol and Nantoy, on the other hand, well, they aren't quite as enthusiastic.
Who would be Mother? Mother went out to get milk and never came back, and now there's only Father. Or so I assume, based on the animation.
These kinds of conflicts have always been there. It's not like Father is in the dark about any of this.
Well, that's true. But it just feels like things have gotten worse lately. Filiol and the others, it seemed like they were meeting in secret to talk about something. I can't say for sure, but I think they've met Clairvy.
You think she's been inciting them to act out?
Uh-oh.
No, not exactly. But I wouldn't be surprised if she said something to them about the darkness in the house and how deep it runs.
Meowdy, this does not bode well.
She's told me about it before. Experiments being run on children. People being used as pawns on the battlefield without so much as the strength to survive.
And they just believed all that? Without any evidence?
Clairvy's words probably gave them the excuse they were looking for. Whether they actually believe them to be true is secondary.
This is all because of Project Stuja, isn't it?
Yeah, we've heard about that already.
Whoa. Hold on a second. What's this Project Stuja all about, huh? This is the second time it's come up now.
Sorry, but I'm not sure of the details either. I only know what Father has told us, which is that it's something the Rooster and Regrator have been working on together. Apparently, it has to do with the Fatui's strategic plan for the future.
Huh.
Because the House of the Hearth was so successful in obtaining the Gnosis, we now have the honor of playing a key role in Project Stuja.
Wait, but isn't that a good thing?
I don't think a lot of them really want to be in the limelight for the Fatui, huh?
Key role is just another way of saying dangerous role. To us, the whole thing is an inconvenience. Father thinks so too, but she's in no position to refuse. Their plan isn't exactly unreasonable, and they've been funneling the house a lot of funding. It's just that we'll lose a lot of members in the process. Participating in the plan, it's an honor in name only. What they're really trying to do is subdue us. The existence of an intelligence organization outside their control makes them feel uneasy.
Looks like the Fatui are plotting something big, but given how little Lenny and the others seem to know about it, I probably won't be able to learn much. Keep a sharp eye out on during any future dealings with the Fatui to see what I can learn. You know, prepare for Snezhnaya and all that in however long.
Okay, super complicated top secret Fatui business aside, what does all of this have to do with the conflicts you were talking about earlier? Paimon doesn't get the connection.
External pressure has a way of exacerbating internal strife. You can't overlook the power of fear either. People are afraid of dying, and that fear is often the impetus for a lot of stupid decisions. I thought resolving the Clairvy situation would make everything go back to normal.
But really, it's just a symptom.
But it looks like things are more complicated than I thought. If we leave Filiol and the others to their own devices, sooner or later, Father will be forced to take action.
We can only focus on one situation at a time, brother.
You're right. Even if we confront Filiol and the others, it won't do any good. It might even make matters worse. We should focus on Clairvy for now. Well, it's getting late. We should head back and get some rest. We'll try again first thing tomorrow. Lynette, you stick with me this time. Fremine, keep a close eye on Filiol and the others. Make sure they don't do anything they'll regret.
Low-key, I'm kinda worried that Fremine is gonna be planning something. Cause like, he's the one who's been hiding Clairvy for so long, and he's been listening to what she's been saying. I don't know if he's the one who should be keeping an eye on the others.
Good work today, everyone.
Oh boy.
Have a good night, and
Howdy.
we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. I'm sure nothing will possibly ever go wrong. Yup, just need a good night's sleep. Never mind, we don't fall asleep.
Oh, I'm always looking forward to an early night, but she can't sleep at all.
I'll stop reflecting my real life.
Hey, you don't think the knave will be too angry with Lenny and everyone if she finds out about all this, do you?
Starts to go, who knows? Maybe it'll surprise me. Maybe it'll subvert my expectations. Right. I'm sure we won't need to fight the knave for whatever reason. Not at all.
She's even scary when she smiles. If she were to actually get angry... Ooh, you have to protect Paimon if that happens, okay, Traveler?
I'm also terrified.
Oh, well, in that case, we should just plan on running away. We'll grab Lenny and the others and we can make a break for it as fast as we can.
That's an excellent delivery. Also, what's Clairvy doing?
Look over there.
Oh, 助けてもらえませんから。I cannot save you. I am also running. Clairby.
Quick, let's catch up with her before anyone sees.
Let's see. I already ran away. Goodbye. Alright, I think I'm about to go and face first into danger anyway, so,
Over there!
Oh! I got her! I've cornered her! Haha! Dang it, she's a ghost.
Oh, where is she going? Or if someone sees her, we're toast.
We could just try to talk to her, right? Just be like, hey! Don't! I don't think she'd listen, honestly. What is she doing? Who is she meeting? Ought to be Arlecchino somehow.
Look, she stopped.
Okay. What's up? Oh, but can you wander around when it's night?
Clairby! Shh. I opened the window while no one was looking.
You can do that? What kind of objects can you interact with?
Look how pretty the outside is.
Oh yeah, me too. Window?
If only I could have more than this.
I feel like she's living in a different time period than what we are.
You probably think I'm being silly, huh? All this hopeless resisting? It's better to dream of what I could have than try to make it a reality, right? Please, help us get on the same page here, Clary. We need you to tell us what you know. Can you do that? Sure. Although, after you hear all this, I think you might regret that decision. Everyone in this family is nothing more than a tool. Something to be used and exploited. We're all expendable. Including me. As long as you're useful, you get to stick around. Lose your value. And you're handed over to the doctor, experimented on, and given a fate worse than death. I've seen it happen again and again, and I've had enough.
Yeah, this really sounds like the previous. Well, the mother. This is what it sounds like. Oh man.
You're saying the knave did all that?
You should. Well, I think maybe they even share Arlecchino as a title, so even then, that's not a differentiating.
It's just that
I wish we
doesn't
could
seem like
communicate.
something she would do. She's scary and all, but it seems like even she has lines she wouldn't cross.
Yeah, cross like her eyes. You know, identifying feature that should be very contrary to what you assume the knave looks like.
I knew you wouldn't believe me.
The knave is a title, yeah. So I think Arlecchino is as well. Like, I mean, she has a different name. Same with, like, you know, Tartaglia and Gild and Ajax and all that.
Everyone thinks she's a good person. They all think of her like a real mother.
Quick, let's call her out.
Mother? But she doesn't deserve that.
She's not a
title.
mother.
She's disgraced it and tarnished it. And if I had things my way, I'd never see her again. If only Perry were here, she'd understand. Perry? There's that name again.
No, seriously, follow up on the whole mother thing.
Also, Paimon's getting
Come
a
on.
strange feeling. It almost feels like she's not really here with us. Paimon can't tell if she's actually talking to us or if she's mistaken us for someone else.
Please tell me that someone has drawn Arlecchino with the Perry the Platypus hat. And just so that someone can make the Perry the Platypus joke. Please.
Well, in any case, it seems like she really needs someone to talk to.
Yes,
We
I'm
should
so glad
keep
it's
her
real.
company for a little longer.
Yeah, I think that is true. She's kind of out of time. A harbinger? Perry the Harbinger!
She looks so young. but it seems like she's been through a lot.
It's just a Phineas and Ferb B-plot, but with more murder. And more, betrayal and children deaths. Welcome to Fontaine.
It's getting windy. I should close the window.
Okay, yeah, no, you're definitely not here with us.
Ooh, look at the moon. Isn't it pretty? Hey, wanna hear a secret? I heard that if you look up at the night sky in Shnezhnaya,
I remember this.
you can see the aurora. It's supposed to be super pretty. Even prettier than the moon tonight.
I mean, honestly, if it panned up to the clouds, that makes it even more poignant that, like, she isn't seeing the same things that you are right now. Honestly, that's a better contrast.
Perry and I promised each other that once we're older, we're gonna go see it together. But I can't find her. I'm worried she's also been... No, that wouldn't happen to her. She's special. Mother likes her a lot.
That's not a good thing.
I should really go talk to Mother, but we just fought. She doesn't want to see me, and I'm too scared to face her.
Oh, I got rain during the Xiao Lantern Rite scene, actually. I'm pretty sure it was thundering and storming, in fact.
What should I do?
It's time to summon Agent B. That's what we gotta do, Clairvy.
Paimon really doesn't understand what's going on with her.
Oh no, I'm really thinking of this like a Phineas and Ferb thing where it's just like we're following her like, hey Clairvy, what you doing? Oh no.
Well, let's head back. We've got an early morning tomorrow.
The night passes. Ooh.
All right, looks like we're all here. Let's go ahead with the plan.
Hello. I have a question.
What is it?
Oh, have the knave and the doctor ever worked together?
What makes you ask that?
Well, we kinda ran into Clairvy last night, and that's what she told us. We met the doctor back in Sumeru. He's super dangerous, and he's done all sorts of bad things.
It's possible that Father and the Doctor have had certain dealings, but I don't think Father would work with him.
I mean, I feel like we should have clocked on to the fact that Clairvy said mother and not father.
We're not really on the same side, so there's not a lot of trust between them. That doesn't exactly set the stage for a successful partnership.
Oh, I totally called that earlier. Like earlier.
I did hear, though, that when Father first became a Harbinger, the Doctor offered to work with the House of the Hearth. Father rejected most of his proposals, except for one. It had to do with some sort of secret experiment.
Secret experiment?
No.
That be what Clairvy was talking about?
Because that's experiments plural.
I don't think so.
I don't know any details about the experiment itself, but I do know it's an entirely independent operation. The Doctor only proposed a direction for the research. That was the extent of his involvement. I still don't think that counts as working together.
I wonder if that actually has to do with Clairvy. Maybe she's not all dead. In a not-so-great way.
The details of the experiment are confidential, but complete records are kept on all participants. That doesn't seem to be the case with the situation Clairvy referred to.
Dr. Dottore smirks.
I know you don't agree with some of the Fatui's methods, and I'm not asking you to. But I am asking you to trust us on this. The House of the Hearth has its own principles. There are certain lines we're not willing to cross.
Honestly, I do actually believe that. Also, what about Dottore Doofenshmirtz? Taking over the tri-state nations. Tri-nation area? Tri-nation area. There we go.
Alright, that's good to hear at least. Clairvy seems to think the knave and the doctor worked together to do something horrible. If that turned out to be true, Paimon doesn't know how he would even face you guys.
Seriously, Paimon, bring up the fact that she said mother. Like, that's such a big thing.
It's just that it doesn't seem like Clairvy is lying either. The easiest thing to do would be just ask the knave directly, but Paimon doesn't think she'd tell us.
Father didn't come back last night. She's probably still near the shore. We'll be counting on you to distract her.
Was she just staring at the ocean for like 24 hours? I mean, I know that that's what we do when we pass the time for all these quests, but like still. Huh. Weird to be on the other end of this.
Lynette, you're with me. Fremine, you know what to do. Be on your guard, everyone. All right, let's get to it.
This camera angle makes me think that someone is listening right now. And that's worrying. Like, you know, has her own pause screen. She has her own Paimon. Hello, Meowdy. The tree state area. I mean, listen, if that stops them from giving me allergy symptoms, I don't know, I might be on board. I'm listening in? I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, no, that ankle really makes me think that someone's listening, and I don't know if it's like a Filial and that group, or if it's like Arlecchino.
Where are we going today?
Let's try somewhere further away this time.
Hey Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today. Anyway. Okay, wow, actually the same location. Has she really been sitting there? If I had a nickel for every time I had to meet Arlecchino at this specific shore, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. AFK. Hey guys, this has been sponsored by AFK. Oh man. I have not been to the new region yet. I assume that it happens either on this quest or one of the world quests. But I'll get there eventually. Wow, she's actually... This is the same location. Sometimes you dissociate. AFK Journey now. AFK Journey's the new Raid Shadow Legends.
I must say, you look a bit pale. Did you have trouble sleeping last night?
The thing is, if I write Perry the Harbinger, that spoils it for people who didn't watch the animation, so I'm not going to title it that, but know in my heart of hearts, I really want to write down Agent Perry the Harbinger. Like, I really want to, so bad. But you all know, and that's enough.
A little.
Yeah, doesn't this world quest have a cat in it that swims? What a weird cat. Love it.
Perhaps if you had less on your mind, you'd be able to absolve yourself of such troubles.
I can't absolve myself of my sins.
So what are you planning to do now? Catch up on some sleep? Or should I give you some time to rack your brain for a topic to discuss before I ask any questions?
I'm actually glad that I saw the short before I started this quest. Because, like, I feel like, personally for me at least, if I hadn't seen the short, some of the stuff would feel a little, like, I would be too distracted by, like, meta knowledge. Where I'd be like, Clairvy has way too unique of a model. It feels very odd, sort of a thing. While, now that I've seen it, it's just like, oh, I kind of know what's happening already, so it's more kind of a, when is the shoe gonna drop? When is the pin on this grenade gonna go off? And how bad is it gonna go? Like, that's the suspense that's keeping this interesting for me. But, you know, people like different aspects of a story, so... Those are my 2 cents. Pennies.
Although I must profess to being curious. Without child here, how do you plan on distracting me?
I thought so. Agent P, it's just huddled semi-aquatic scythe-wielding male.
Us? Distract you? A good one. But no, we were just here for a chat.
We're so subtle. We're so slick, guys. Yeah. Good save. We totally got her.
Looks like you could have used some extra time to think.
Yeah, why
No
did we think
matter.
we could do this?
If you don't have any other plans, why don't you accompany me somewhere?
Roll deception with disadvantage. Meet a DC 20 check. Good luck.
Don't worry. I'll be sure to steer clear of any scheming children.
Honestly, in her eyes, it really is just a bunch of kids trying to, like, I don't know, the equivalent of, like, trying to like, sneakily, what are things that kids do? I don't even remember anymore. I have forgotten. for gore. But like trying to like sneakily have a party or something, and then just watching it all happen, like y'all ain't slick. Trying to hide a kitten. Yeah, that's a good one. Trying to hide a kitten in their room. And it's just like, you know I can hear them meowing, right? The walls aren't actually as thick as you think.
The ocean breeze is sure nice today.
Oh my god, you can't just lead with the weather.
Children always think they can hide things from the grown-ups. But nothing
Meowing's
gets
from Lynette.
past me. Least of all, a little scheming. I think I'll let them have at it for a little longer. I can be very patient.
Honestly, it's both ominous and wholesome. Wholeminous? Omisome? I'll workshop that.
Well, I'll leave you to think things over. If you're so inclined, meet me outside the Palais Mermonia.
Okay.
Good things come to children who do as they're told. So I do hope you decide to tag along. If only for your friends' sakes.
I know you're not gonna hurt your own kids, but also, did you low-key adopt me? Huh?
What should we do?
Are we part of the House of the Hearth? Is this why we know about Project Stooja?
She clearly knows about everything we've been doing, and Paimon doesn't think it'd be a stretch to say she was threatening us just now.
Honestly, at this point, we can just meet with them and be like, yeah, our cover's blown. It's been blown. We're not slick. But she's also not going to actually investigate you, currently. She's younger than— oh yeah, technically. Although, Traveler's been asleep for a while, so I don't know.
Oh, good idea. Hopefully he sees it in time.
The bird actually, like, mimics, like, voices and stuff, so you just hear this entire conversation.
Well, we should probably head to the Palais Mermonia. Paimon doesn't want to find out what happens if we don't show up. Based on what the Nymph was saying just now, it sure didn't seem like it'd be anything good.
Honorary Fatui and also enemy of the Fatui. We truly are Schrodinger's Fatui. We don't really have any other options.
Okay, then we probably shouldn't keep her waiting. It seems like Linny and the others are on thin ice, so let's do our best to not get them in any more trouble.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the House of the Hearth itself, like, nearly collapsed when she took over, right? I can't imagine there'd be many of members that were her age still left. Because she, like, revamped it.
Seeing as we still have some time before my meeting, we might as well enjoy some pleasant conversation while we wait.
Is this with Neuvillette? I can't imagine it'd be with anyone else.
I'm glad to see you get along with my children. Being surrounded by good companions is necessary for a child's development.
You're not planning on doing anything to them, are you?
No, to be fair, what she's saying is, like, very... It's weird hearing such normal things coming out of a Fatui agent.
I assume you're referring to Linny, Lynette, and Fremine. Although, there's that situation with Filial and Nentoy.
Oh, she knows everything.
It appears quite a few people have been acting out lately. No matter. I'm not one to discriminate. All those who betray the house meet the same fate. There are no exceptions.
Okay, now I'm even more convinced that she doesn't actually kill them.
Does that mean you're going to kill them?
Okay. Well, you could also just ask her.
Oh, are you here to beg for their lives? I'm sorry to disappoint, but the rules of the house change for no one. In my organization, everyone is responsible for their own actions.
She didn't confirm or deny that.
But don't you care about them at all? They really respect you. They even call you father. You must feel something for them.
Any organization in which feelings come before principles is one destined for ruin. The House of the Hearth is hardly an exception. You could say our principles are more stringent than most. Perhaps I can offer you this consolation at least. As our guests, you two will not be held accountable along with them.
Huh. Arlecchino just has resting evil face. It's like resting bitch face, but you know. but more ominously red and black. And X's.
I would imagine Linny, Lynette, and Fremine will be able to keep their lives. As for Filion and Toy and the others, I'm afraid there's little I can do. They can try to escape, but once you know our secrets, there's no getting out alive.
But that's awful.
Ah, you seem concerned. Out of consideration for my guests, I suppose I could turn a blind eye for a little longer. If Linny and the others manage to dispose of Claire V in the meantime, all evidence of their wrongdoing will be lost. In that case, I could hardly punish them for something I couldn't prove. If their efforts are unsuccessful, on the other hand, all will be held accountable. And the punishment will be severe.
Very, very fair.
Of course. Oh, and here, I believe this belongs to you. Do try and keep better track of it next time.
Oh yeah, we just, dropped our bird. Thanks for finding it.
It takes a considerable amount of time to train a bird like this. It would be such a pity if you were to lose it. Permanently.
This bird seems really chill. Just vibing. Like, yeah, I'm in an orb.
Wait,
Or
where
a
did
prism?
you get that?
Where did you get it? From the bird store? Wow, we went to the same place. That's so crazy.
Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have to chat. Now, for the matter at hand. I asked you to meet me here because I have business at the Palais Mermonia. It has nothing to do with you, but I think it would be prudent for you to stick by my side for the time being. There will always be time later to run off and tell Linny what you've learned.
At this rate, if we have you might be wondering how I got in this situation, like freeze frame, Arlecchino starts talking over the freeze frame, breaking the fourth wall because she just knows everything.
Well, time to go. Looks like we wrapped things up just in time.
Does this make us House of the Hearth members? Or are we a third party again? I feel like we've been... It should be fine. It's not entirely far-fetched. Oh, that's terrifying. Nervalette just looking at us like, blink twice if you need help, and we're just blinking rapidly.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal.
Thank you for bringing out your theme song, Nervalette.
It's been a while, Monsieur Nervalette. I must say, I wasn't expecting my meeting request to be approved quite so quickly. The Palais Mermonia operates with an efficiency worthy of admiration.
It is only right that an esteemed diplomat such as yourself should be afforded the proper level of respect. Although, if I may speak plainly, I must confess that I did not anticipate we would have the occasion to meet again after presenting you with the Gnosis. I see you brought the Traveler and Paimon with you as well. If I may inquire as to the purpose of your visit.
Blink twice if you need help.
I'll be departing Fontaine shortly. There is, however, an outstanding matter that I would like to see resolved before I go. It requires a rather lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. So I took the liberty of explaining everything in this proposal. Please review it at your leisure, Monsieur Nervalette.
Alright, speed read it. That's it? Huh. Oh, never mind, he is reading it now. I mean, what better way to stall for time,
I
right?
understand your request. However, at the risk of causing offense, I must admit that I fail to see why you would wish for such a thing.
Low-key, Nervalette looks really small in that chair. Like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the books that are, like, really big? Or, like, the typewriter. The quill. The quill's very large. I don't know.
I heard you have a certain fondness for water tasting, Monsieur Nervalette. So allow me to
I
use
thought she
water
bribed
as
him
an
with water.
analogy. A family is like a large body of water with countless rivers flowing in and out. As someone who watches over this system, I would hope that each river that flows from the source will eventually reach the ocean.
getting the Fontanian House of the Hearth members to be citizens again and under his protection? Maybe?
Of course, objectively speaking, I know this is impossible. Most of the rivers will dry up along the way, disappearing into the ground and leaving nothing but a barren riverbed behind. Not all rivers are destined to reach the ocean, but I would not see their existence rendered meaningless. I believe the water that flows within them is simply meant for a different destination, like a field in need of irrigation. Or perhaps the glass of a certain water-tasting enthusiast.
Okay, and if the analogy is family, and I'm assuming these different rivers are, like, the individual members of the House of the Hearth, right? I am assuming again that this is like her being like, take some of my kids under your wing because they're about to plan something stupid and I don't want them to die. I think. Maybe. Possibly? But also, yeah, no, she really did just pull the, hey, so, I want you to pay attention, so I'm going to be talking about water today. Welcome to my TED Talk. Welcome to my water talk.
Did you get any of that, Traveler?
Yes. Third option.
Your words paint an optimistic picture indeed. Allow me to remind you, however, few among us are willing to sit
You're just
from a
talking in
glass
code
filled
now.
with tainted water.
You're not sending spies here, are you?
It may have been
Just
tainted
talking
at
about
one
water,
point
that's
in
it.
time, but not to worry. I'll make sure it's drained of all impurities and returned to its cleanest form.
Gonna fake their deaths, or make sure that they have no ties of the Fatui before letting them come under your wing, I think. Oh, thank you so much. I'm surprised that it's thoughtful commentary. I'm pretty sure I'm very head empty. But I'm glad I have bluffed well enough. What would be my keyword to open up with? Whatever I'm currently hyperfixating on. So, it's a great code because it constantly changes.
I seem to recall there being a transactional aspect to your proposal. Perhaps you could expound on that?
If you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I will gradually withdraw my forces from Fontaine.
That makes sense. If you want to, like, sever the ties with those members to hand them over, that would be the best thing to do.
And, unless absolutely necessary, I will no longer carry out any special missions within Fontaine.
I presume I can take your words to mean that, in the future, cases similar to the Tartuffe assassination will cease to cross my desk?
Tartuffe? Ah, that thief who embezzled funds from all those charities, you mean? My deepest condolences to his family, but without any evidence, I cannot imagine how the House of the Hearth might have been involved in his passing. Of course, if you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I'm sure certain measures could be taken to reduce
that's
the
the guy.
frequency of such troubles.
You choose your words carefully indeed. In that case, I am inclined to accept your proposal.
My thanks for your generosity, Monsieur Neuvillette.
I can see why the knave is, the more diplomatic of the Fatui.
Well, with that settled, we should be going now. I took the liberty of bringing along 2 bottles of spring water from Snezhnaya for you to enjoy. I do hope I get the chance to hear your impressions. Perhaps at our next meeting, yes?
I imagine that it's like ice water, right? It's just 2 blocks of ice.
Indeed. I trust you would not overlook your commitment in the meantime.
Unless that's also code for something else, but I'd like to imagine in this case it genuinely is just 2 bottles of water.
All right, Traveler Paimon. Time to go.
Oh yeah, no, I like throwing my stuff out at a wall, especially if I'm wrong, because then it's just like, what was it? Well, thank you, Motorcycle, for your commentary. Because there was a time when I played, like, AI Somnium Files, and I was so convinced that Iris was a robot, was the AI. I'm just like, look, it's Iris! And I was just so convinced. But yeah, no, it's fun. Because in the wild chance that I am right, then it's just like, oh, I've pieced it together. I have figured out the code. I have seen through the Matrix.
I believe I've told you before that my emotions easily resonate with those of others. Yet in the few meetings I've had with that Harbinger, I haven't been able to sense any aspect of her emotional state. Her mind is like a still body of water. Who knows what darkness lies in its depths, and the lack of ripples on the surface gives nothing away.
Huh, it's like that one river in England that is absolutely terrifying. The Strid, I think it's called? Because, like, of all bodies of water, that is one that scares me quite a bit.
It's unclear whether this is her
I won't get
natural
off your
state of
desk.
being, or whether it's an incredible strength of will that gives her the ability to master her emotions. Either scenario, however, suggests she is a very dangerous individual. I do not expect an explanation as to why you two are by her side. Whatever your reasoning, I would only advise you to take caution.
Blink twice if you need help. We are blinking very rapidly. We need eye drops and also help. Oh yeah, the Roses and Musketeers one. Sometimes you have too much meta knowledge of tropes. Oh no, don't disable the internet. Now no one gets to do it. Now it's just been now everyone's just been DQ'd. Oh.
So, what exactly were you talking about back there?
Oh, you know. Crime. Sure. Betrayal. I have not taken a degree in creative writing. I did take creative writing workshop classes in undergrad. Not that it was more focused on like writing as opposed to like learning tropes and stuff. I just liked reading a lot as a kid. I really do need to read more nowadays. Have I written fanfiction? None that you'll ever find. I've expunged it from the internet. They're gone.
Paimon only heard you mention some rivers, a large body of water, and then some kind of irrigation scheme.
No, listen, I was like in middle school. It wasn't well written. And I also lost interest in like one chapter. I can't write long form like pieces of writing.
You really want to know? I would imagine there might be more pressing concerns at the moment.
Yeah, like running to Linny and crying.
Winnie, Paimon really hopes everything's going okay.
Did I write it down on paper? No.
Paimon recognizes that look. You've got your thinking cap on, don't you, Traveler?
Oh yeah, I've already been thonking. The knave may seem relaxed, but she didn't seem to be joking earlier when she said those who betray the organization must pay with their lives. I think she's serious about punishing those kids. Can hear writers get their start from fanfiction? It's good practice, genuinely. I will say that fanfiction, at least a lot of the fanfiction that exists, is a different genre from like a lot of fiction out there. I'm about to start like analyzing the heck out of like the genre of fanfiction as opposed to the rest of it. But like it is different because fanfiction is definitely more character oriented, and it works under the assumption that you already know these characters. It's why you're going out of your way to read about these characters, like more about them, and someone's interpretation. And like it's the reason why there's a lot more dialogue and a lot less like description of like the locations, of like what people look like, how they act and everything. There's a lot less description because the readers don't need it. But in fiction, you do tend to have more of that. So it's a little different. And I know that there's a lot of modern fiction nowadays that follows more the fanfiction format, but like I do have a preference for the ones that like have that like vivid description. It's really cool seeing it in my head. Anyway, how should we stop her? Oh yeah, I shouldn't be looking at fanfiction. There's something else we should figure out first, which isn't the genre of fanfiction versus fiction. While we were talking in front of the Palaemonia, she mentioned Clairvy's name. Does that mean she knew where Clairvy was this entire time? Maybe she even anticipated how Linny and the others were going to act. Oh-ho? Hey! It's the guy with the scar in his face! That was totally dead. Okay, yeah, okay, I'm gonna lock in on my answer. She's helping fake their deaths and is hiding them here.
Oh, shoot. Are you alright?
Oh yeah, no, for like light reading, for like, you know, passing the time, fanfiction is just easier to get into. In terms of like, if you just want to like quickly go through something, I say where there are fanfiction that are over 200,000 words. We don't need to talk about that, though.
Oh, jeez, I'm so sorry.
Scar on your face.
I was so focused on selling these papers, I wasn't looking where I was going.
My bad.
Well, let me make it up to you at least. Here, take this paper. On the house.
On the house? On the hearth? The house of the hearth?
Oh, you don't have to give us anything.
Wait, do you think that this guy actually married his sweetheart then? 200k is very small though. Oh, you're right. A million words. Those also exist.
Please, I want to. It's not like I'm short on supply. All the extras will be useless come tomorrow anyway.
Honestly, good point.
It's my fault, really. I was just trying to bring home some extra mora for the family, but I bit off more than I can chew. I haven't had many takers today, so I'm still swimming in papers.
Oh, really? I'm surprised that it doesn't do that automatically, because I know that even if you're not on auto on like the boat ride, it'll keep going because of the screen transitions. And then you're like there reading 700-page books a day. That's true. It also depends on your reading speed. I was just kind of guesstimating with like I actually don't check what fanfiction links I read anymore, honestly. The benefit of reading without having a narrator in your head is new. Monetizing fanfiction for Genshin. I don't write fanfiction. Not anymore.
What's going on here?
Nothing.
Nothing much. I just ran into your
You
friend
seem
here on accident.
spooked.
I should probably get going, actually, so...
Hold on.
Holding.
Of course, I'm happy to compensate you with Mora, it's just...
I
I don't have any on me at the moment.
I'll take 3 papers. Here. Your payment.
Oh! Thank you for your patronage. May the Archons bless you with good fortune. If only I had the chance to run into such generous customers every day. I should probably just take on a smaller inventory though, right? I'm getting married soon, so sometimes it's hard to not get ahead of myself. Anyway, I should head out. Goodbye!
Nah, I feel that. Before I got lost on the internet, I used to... Oh god, I used to eat books. Nom nom. But yeah, no, this is cute.
Well, now that my affairs are settled, we should take the boat back to Poisson. We've even acquired
Poisson.
some light reading to enjoy along the way.
Yeah, I haven't read the Throne of Glass series though. Is it good? Awesome.
Actually, why don't we stick around for a little longer?
I think there's no point in stalling. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's so obvious that she knows.
Paimon just realized how hungry she is. She can't head back to Poisson on an empty stomach.
Looks like Paimon is trying to buy us more time. If we head back now, I doubt Lenny and the others will have made any progress. What should we do?
It appears you two are under the impression that delaying our return will somehow alter the situation in your favor. I'm sorry to ruin your fantasy, but your efforts are meaningless.
Oh, what? I was really hoping... Sorry. Wait, why did it time you? I made it so that it didn't time people... What? I'm sorry. I thought that that wasn't the case. Hold on. I need to check a thing. What do you mean? There is no timeout on this. Stop that. 0. What do you mean it has to be... I don't know why it's doing this. No, because I was trying to like switch the way that the links are handled so that you could post like clips and stuff. But like heck. Oh well. Yeah, because like I thought it was just supposed to like get rid of the message, not whatever. Also, that's not even the message I have on there. Did I not save it? Wait, did I not save it? Oh my god, I didn't I'm so sorry. Oh no. Okay, it's fine. Everything's fine. Cause I definitely changed the message for it, so the fact that that didn't change means I didn't save the settings. Oops. Alrighty. Sorry about that, Arlecchino.
That being said, I could be persuaded to give Linny some extra time. I just have one condition.
I'm expecting this to be a very wholesome condition.
If you agree to my request, I'll even answer some of your questions. You're quite curious about Claire V, are you not? And my relationship to her.
Wait, why are you being so generous all of a sudden? You're not gonna ask us to do something bad, are you?
You overestimate yourself. You don't have the talent for bad things.
You know, fair enough.
Then what do you possibly...
The most important consideration in a negotiation is that both sides receive something they want. Demands and threats only get you so far.
Alrighty.
Wonderful. Here it is.
I am waiting for this to be something that is ominously wholesome, because that seems to be the theme.
When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
Side with my kids so that they get to live. I'm trying to interpret it this way.
Okay.
I haven't done the desert.
Sounds normal enough.
I haven't done crimes.
What do you mean, when the time comes? When is that supposed to be?
Oh, I wonder if Remine is gonna try to, like, leave the House of the Hearth. Maybe not, maybe not. But regardless, in the event that they do have to fight, because they mentioned that duel thing. So if the loser wins, then they get to, like, you know, then they're correct. So maybe that's what she's doing.
That is for you to decide.
Aha. We accept your condition.
Then we have a deal. Follow me.
Cool. Oh yeah, no, I have so many half-finished projects. Like, things that I wanted to, like, do and work on. And then they don't happen. Oh, there's not a teleport close to this? I think the closest is probably gonna be, like, this one. Or that one Fatui guy. In my defense, I didn't kill him.
All wet. Do you want a box to hide him too?
I let him go, and then he still died. Oh no.
I almost forgot how to speak like a human.
Oh! I'm gonna go. That was right next to me. No, don't climb the tree. Trees are a bad thing in the thunderstorm.
The sunlight feels really cozy. Napping in a tree would be nice.
The weather just immediately cleared up. Okay. The cat must climb tree. No, that's a way to losing one of your 9 lives. Don't do it. Ryan's mad that her dongo delivery is taking too long. I'm sorry, I'm being distracted. Your Uber Eats is delayed. I'm sorry. Never let go his water delivery. A local legend fight? Yeah, I don't know if I trust that. Wait, is that an arena?
What is this place?
Is that where we...
Somewhere long forgotten by everyone. It used to be a grand building. Now it's nothing more than a pile of rubble.
Oh, this is the one from the animation. It was Dasani. No wonder he was angry. He got A to strike us down for giving him the wrong water. Also, that is a very cute emote.
No one comes here anymore. Nor does anyone care about what once happened here. Although, this place does have something to do with the story I'm about to tell you. It was before I became a harbinger, and before Linny and the others joined the House of the Hearth. Due to certain events, I first killed Clairvy and then her mother. And this is where it all happened.
I mean, you could also just say, and then, well, I guess she just more rejected her as her mother, so fair enough.
You were the one that killed Clairvy?
Not intentionally.
Patience now. Allow me to explain Clairvy's side of the story first.
Oh.
I'll start from the beginning.
Do we see the animation here?
Clairvy
No, we
was
don't.
6 years old when she was brought by her mother, Crucibina, to live in the House of the Hearth. From the outside, it seemed like a fairy tale. A thriving family made up of kind adults and friendly children. Crucibina was the knave at that time, and the House of the Hearth was under her control. She was Clairvy's mother by blood, but she was also the mother to all the children in the house.
I didn't realize like Clairvy was actually her birth daughter. Ooh.
Clairvy was happy here, for a time. But she quickly realized that being part of this family wasn't a fairy tale at all. It was a kind of purgatory.
Purgatory?
Exactly. The House of the Hearth takes in war orphans from all over Tevat. But as for how to raise them, that depends entirely on the person in charge. Crucibina came up with a novel idea. She would teach the children to fight, force them to duel each other, and then crown as the king of the house the child who proved themselves most worthy of inheriting her title. It's difficult to estimate the number of children who died or were maimed in the process. There's little I can say about the ones who died. The ones that emerged with permanent injuries, on the other hand, well, they still served a purpose.
That's the Dotori deal.
They would be handed over to the doctor
There it is.
to be experimented on, or sent away on dangerous missions. Nothing more than tools to be used and then discarded.
Rocolia is in the Honkaiverse.
So those were the experiments Clairvy was talking about. But what actually happened to her? You said that Clairvy was Crucibina's daughter, so if Clairvy tried to convince her to stop what she was doing,
No.
Crucibina probably would have listened, right?
No. No. A person who is willing to send children, permanently maimed children, to be experimented on by a mad doctor is not going to listen to her daughter to stop.
Despite being Clairvy's mother, Crucibina cared little for her daughter. She forced Clairvy to join the House of the Hearth only as a means to demonstrate her own impartiality as a mother, to prove that she treated all her children equally. Clairvy did try to convince her mother to change her ways, but it was to no avail. After her efforts failed, the only other option was to rise up and try to fight back. Unfortunately, the other children had already been thoroughly indoctrinated into the illusion of happiness Crucibina had created. Of course, there was one exception. Someone Clairvy's age who knew the truth about the House of the Hearth. Her name was Peruere.
Wait, the friend that Clairvy mentioned?
I see that Peruere was aware of what was going on.
Friend, huh? I suppose we can call her that for now. Clairvy was a cheerful and passionate person with a tenacious spirit.
Oh, they didn't even hide it.
Peruere, on the other hand, was rather cold-blooded.
I mean, it's really obvious, but like, wow, they really didn't even bother to hide it, huh?
Her cold-blooded nature allowed her to see through Crucibina's facade. Yet, it was also this cold-bloodedness that prevented her from acting against it. At least at first. While Clairvy longed for freedom, Peruere was convinced that, amid all the fighting and violence, she would make it until the end. Despite their differences, the two became fast friends, united by their knowledge of the truth. Clairvy told Peruere that she hoped to create a real family, where no one would be killed or sacrificed. There may have been a certain naivete to her ideas, but Clairvy proved her determination many times over. She tried countless times to run away, ask for help, or expose the truth. But her efforts only earned her beating after beating. The only thing that kept her going was her strength of will, even with her body racked with pain. she would still stand on her tiptoes and open the window at night. She and Peruere would look out at the moon together, a fierce longing for freedom shining in her eyes. But one day that light simply vanished.
Oh no. What happened?
Her hopelessness resulted from a culmination of things. 10 years had passed. 10 years worth of failure after failure. She and Peruere weren't children anymore, but finding any chance to escape still seemed as hopeless as ever. It was during this time that Peruere suggested a new plan. If escaping was out of the question, why not take down the very person sitting on top of this throne of lies? Mother herself. Clairvy rejected that proposal. She claimed that, as a famous harbinger, Crucibina possessed an unimaginable amount of power. Trying to kill her would have an incredibly low chance of success. Clairvy never gave another reason, but Peruere could see it written all over her face. Clairvy still thought of Crucibina as her mother. Killing her own flesh and blood was a line she couldn't bring herself to cross.
Yeah, it's rough.
If she couldn't escape and fight back, then only one option remained. Precisely. Death was the only way that she felt she could be free.
Oh no.
It happened during a duel. When she arrived at the dueling ring that day, her partner turned out to be none other than Peruere. The very person that had stood by her side all those years. It was a fierce battle. But ultimately, Clairvy decided to let Peruere end her life.
I almost wonder if it wasn't lead. Oh dear.
From that moment on, Peruere's journey was one written in flames. When the rain finally came and washed it all away, there she stood, the sole victor in Mother's endless game of slaughter. A trail of corpses strewn across her path to success. It was the very result she had predicted 10 years prior. Even then, she believed she would make it until the end. She wasn't surprised by the fact that she emerged as Mother's undisputed heir. Rather, her success left her with an inexplicable sense of restlessness. She was unsettled. And there was only one thing that could quell that sensation. Perhaps you two would like to take a guess as to what it was?
Vengeance.
Crucibina, you mean? But...
Correct. This is the place where Peruere killed her best friend. A mere year later, this is also the place where she fought tooth and nail to kill the mother they shared. The moment she acted, any conception of what was right or wrong ceased to matter. It's one of the principles of the house. Only those who survive get to write the rules. Peruere won the battle, and became a harbinger herself. After which Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, bestowed upon her a new name. Arlecchino.
So the Perry Clairvy was talking about... It was you all along. You're Peruere. Arlecchino is just a name you got later.
I left that name behind long ago. I must say, hearing it now does bring back memories.
Yeah, honestly though, Crucibina is powerful, or was powerful. It does make sense that there would have been a time gap just to be prepared to actually take her down. Yeesh. I don't think that Arlecchino would let us give her a hug, honestly.
After I defeated Crucibina, the moniker of Mother died with her. I chose to forego the title she called herself, and even chose to give up my own name. I rebuilt the House of the Hearth under a new identity. Not only as Arlecchino, but as father.
She just holds out a hand as we try to hug her and just holds us at arm's length.
And that is where the story ends. Any more questions?
Unhug us. I don't know how that would work, but yes, whatever it is, the answer is yes. A ghost?
Yeah.
Experiment?
Based on what you just told us, Clairvy wasn't a little kid when she was killed. So the Clairvy we met... Was she really a spirit at all?
I suppose you could call her an illusion born of flame.
An illusion
Her
of the past.
existence is like ashes to a fire. Something left over in the wake of blaze and ruin. You see, a certain power runs through my veins. It's not unlike a curse. My flames leave behind shadows of anything they consume. Of course, the chances of those shadows morphing into a sentient entity are exceedingly slim. Clairvy is a very special case.
Your own
Clairvy
abilities that
died
you
when she was
haunted.
16 years old. But what emerged from the flames was her 6-year-old self. Her appearance wasn't the only thing affected. Most of her memories were lost to the blaze as well. Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will alter your sense of self. Lose 10 years' worth, however, and it would be like living in the past. Like returning to a version of yourself that never grew up.
No wonder Paimon got such a weird feeling when we were talking to her.
Perhaps I should put it this way. Clairvy is someone trapped in time. It may seem like she exists with us in the present, but she truly lives in the confines of her own past.
So if all of that is true, then you must have known about Clairvy for a long time.
Indeed. She's a rather volatile and unstable entity. Sometimes she would look after the children. She's even saved some of their lives. But other times, she would hide from me and become obsessed with revealing the truth about the house to anyone who will listen. Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is quickly forgotten over time. Your attempts to expose Clairvy to sunlight. They failed, yes? The reason is actually quite simple. In Clairvy's mind, the house is impossible to escape, and it is this very perception that traps her there. But no matter. All I have to do is kill her again, and all will be resolved. I don't anticipate so much as a single speck of ash will be left behind this time.
You know, if this is a metaphor for your past and all that, I don't know if killing your past is really gonna solve anything. You know, maybe some closure. Get her to really see that she can escape and then step into the sunlight and then she won't come back. You know? Who knows? Maybe killing her will make her come back even more. Maybe there'll be 2 Clairvys. Please don't traumatize your kids.
Wait! Paimon can understand why you might want her gone, but isn't there another way? So what if she's trapped in her 6-year-old self? She's still your friend! At least talk to her first!
I don't doubt that she's tried talking to her, but like, I don't know, we're here now. Maybe we can give her an outside perspective.
It's too late for that.
Dang it.
She broke the rules, and now she must be punished. That goes for Filial and Nantoy as well. She's had quite the effect on them. I hope you understand. The difference between Crucibina and myself lies in our formulation of the rules, not our policy for enforcing them. Upholding the rules without question is a trait we both share, because that is how a household should be run.
But rules were indeed made to be broken. Ah! Surprise!
Is this really what you want to do?
Whatever could you mean?
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Whether as a killer or as a father, there are 2 things that must be avoided at all costs: anger and sorrow. Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver. Well, it appears it's about time to proceed. Before we arrived, I told some of my well-behaved children to bring our troublemakers here by nightfall.
Oh, yeah. When he speaketh, so doth the plot proceedeth. Oh dear.
I do believe I've kept my end of the deal. I gave your friends quite a bit more time. As for what happens now, we'll just have to wait and see.
Can we tell them what's going on, or... No, we're not.
Here they are, Father.
Oh, hey, Clary's in the shadow. Oh, that's neat. But also, uh-oh.
Oh, you gonna execute him?
Uh-oh!
Seeing something like that would actually be a first for me.
Bolts, what the fuck?
Lenny!
I'm sorry. I heard about how you helped buy us more time.
That's cool. Too bad we couldn't tell you that the jig was always up.
But I still failed. I couldn't find a way to fulfill her wish.
Huh?
It's also because they don't really know what her true nature is. That might help.
Are you... Perry?
Indeed, it's been a while, Clairvy.
Perry!
Shh. Stay right there. I'm sorry to postpone our reunion, but first I believe certain scores need settling.
They sent the bird? The bird didn't get to them. 'Cause, like... Yeah... It got put in bird jail. Ow. Hit my elbow on my desk. Uh-oh. Cutscene.
Father, let me explain.
Oh.
Out of my way.
Ah!
Father!
Oh! Dear merciful everything. Everything is okay, it's just... It's been on the fritz, we need to change the batteries. Hi, I'm back. I was trying to figure out which one is the one that's been going on this fritz. Oh, everything is fine. It's just the system itself is a little bit funky. We haven't like cleaned the sensors in a long time, so it's probably something to do with that. No, we didn't, because like we were like, okay, we got the ones that probably are the main culprit, the ones in the kitchen. We were gonna switch them out. Those are not the ones that are going off today. So we got the wrong ones. I was trying to go and figure out which one it was, because, like, theoretically, the one that, like, got set off first would be the one that's, like, flashing lights. I didn't find it before it stopped. So, I'm gonna have fun with that. The sensors, fire alarm sensor, oh, I did a little bit of research on it. A very marginal amount of research. But, like, fire alarm sensors, they can get, like, dirty, and if it gets, like, you know, if there's, like, dust or something in it, the sensors might be a little funky and might set off for no reason. Yeah, it's time to replace all of them. You're absolutely right. I'm gonna have to... It's the smoking... The ghost needs to go outside to smoke. Just rip them off? I don't know. I think that might be a little bit of a hazard. Not in the traditional fire hazard way, but, a hazard nonetheless. But yeah, we'll figure it out. I think there's a way to figure out which one was set off most recently, even if it's not going off at the moment, so I'll look into that. Is the radioactive type or the photoelectric type? I have no earthly idea. We might actually have to just change them out entirely, because it's been, like, over a decade since we've had them, so that just... yeah. Oh, you know, I sometimes you just get woken up by the fire alarm. Regardless, speaking of fire... House of the Hearth. Probably a cigarette. It's the ghost cigarette, because no one in my family smokes. What did you miss? Not much, frankly. I went to go and check on, faulty fire alarm situation. No fire, no smoke, just noise. Hello. Maybe cool bus dog. It's just the ghosts. It's become a ghost sensor, clearly. Oh man, okay.
You chose to conceal
The
a
raccoons
threat
are...
to the house.
Uh-oh.
And for that, you must be punished.
Uh-oh. Maybe it's because Arlecchino's cooking. I don't know what she's cooking, but it's dangerous. I don't think it's drilling the apartment building. We just need to change out the smoke alarms. I think that is probably the thing we need to end up doing. Oh. Well, I hope they're photoelectric. They're probably not, though, knowing my luck. Ryan has infiltrated the kitchen? Well, in that case, there'd actually be smoke.
Overall, however, I suppose your wrongdoing is hardly the most egregious of the bunch, so I'll deal with your punishments later. As for right now, the more pressing concerns are the traitors among us.
Uh-oh. Among us? That's not good. There is mad. Not the Amogus. Maybe the Among Us was the fire alarms in my house. That's the real Among Us. Time to throw them out of the chute.
By traitors? Do you mean us?
Father, let me explain. We didn't mean to...
Fultz, why don't you share what you heard?
Yes, Father.
Uh-oh.
Secret midnight meeting number 3.
Oh.
Participants: Filial, Nantoy, Sato, Toddy. Nantoy clearly said, if only Father wasn't the one who took us in.
Uh-oh. Well, take care. No worries. Run before Arlecchino finds you. I'm the real I have no idea what you're talking about. Bolts, I mean, yeah, it's fair though.
Sato added, I'm sick of this life. I just want to live as a normal person. Filial was the worst of them all. She called us crazies and said a bunch of mean things about Father.
I did not!
That sounds in character for you. They said mean things. They need to die. Time to vote. I did no such wrong. I went to go and check on the alarms while the systems were going, so obviously, to go and fix it, how could I possibly be the imposter? You know?
You're lying! Fultz is trying to frame us!
Told me you were sus. Well, I think they're the ones who are sus, obviously.
It's not like I'm the only one who heard those things. After that, you and Toddy and a bunch of other people started talking about Clairvy.
46, oh my
all
god.
those things Clairvy brought up as an excuse to question Father. We're birds locked in a cage. The only way out is to destroy it. That's what you said, wasn't it?
Maybe they should have been in a different location that didn't echo so much.
You little... You just want me gone, don't you? What did I ever do to you, huh?
You continuously mock them. At least from what little I knew of you. I don't know, you didn't really, garner a lot of goodwill or anything, Filial.
And you, Sheplo, have you forgotten who stood by your sickbed, watched over you, and changed your dressings? Come on, let's hear it then. What's your reason for all this?
This has the energy of like, I gave birth to you, I can take you out of this world. Or whatever. I walked up the hill both ways, and this is how you treat me.
You're wrong, Filial. We don't want you to die. You're our family.
Liar. You wouldn't be doing this if that were the case. So why? Why have you backed us into a corner?
We all live in the House of the Hearth. You know the type of work we do, Filial. A single betrayal can cost dozens of us our lives. It's not like it's never happened before. That kind of thing is hard to forget. That's why the House of the Hearth cannot tolerate any form of betrayal. Ever since we came to Poisson, you've had 7 secret meetings. A lot of the things you talked about really crossed the line.
You've been spying on us for half a month? Wait a second. Now that I think about it, the move to Poisson was just a way to make it easier to spy on us, wasn't it? Because we were all in one place. You've had this planned all along.
Filial, Nantoy, I'm sorry. I owe you both my life. I owe Clairvy too. If it weren't for all your help after I got poisoned, I wouldn't be standing here today. If this were any other situation, I would do anything to repay that kindness, even if it cost me my life. But rules are rules. I'm sorry. My hands are tied.
Why? Why?
That's enough, Filial. We made a mistake, and we should own up to it. We broke the rules, plain and simple. And now we have to face the consequences. I'm sorry, Chapleau. Foltz. I'm sorry, Father. We accept our punishment.
Wait a second, is one of the quote-unquote traitors is like a small child too? Oh boy.
Chapleau, according to the rules of the House of the Hearth, how should these traitors be punished?
All those who betray the house pay with their lives.
Lives metaphorical, like lives, the lives they led in the House of the Hearth, and so they can start fresh with new lives after the fact. Two children. Oh, good.
And so it shall be.
Yeah, well, one of them is like a child, and the other one's like at least older.
Father, please wait!
Linny, what are you doing?
Something you want to say, Linny?
Linny?
Please reconsider, Father. What Filial and the others did, does it really count as betrayal? We all come from broken families. From the very first day we joined the House of the Hearth, we wanted nothing more than to make it a real home. But the truth is, none of us know what a real home should look like. I'm not saying I have all the answers. All I know is this. Killing Filial and the others may uphold the rules, but doing so will only bring us further away from being a real family than we've ever been. So please, Father, please reconsider.
I agree with Linny.
Oh boy.
Father, please. Linny, you... I also agree with Linny.
An order once given cannot be rescinded. However, given the extent of your
Yep,
determination,
dual time.
I suppose we shall have to go about this a
This is what she was
different way.
counting on. We're siding with
Draw
the house.
your weapons and face me.
This is our decision.
Our weapons?
You know the rules, and so do I.
Father, are you referring to a duel?
Precisely. The rules of the house will not be altered. Traitors must be punished. However, resolving disputes with a duel is also one of our rules, one that also applies to me. Demonstrate a sufficient showing of strength, and I shall offer a concession.
Yeah, no, she's lawyering herself so that she can kind of get away with this in a way that is acceptable to the Fatui.
Wait. Beat Father in a duel?
Hey, at least the duels are no longer, to the death.
Impossible. Father is way too strong, even for Lenny.
Nothing says you have to fight it alone, right? Oh dear. Wouldn't Arlecchino have pyro resistance?
Did you hear that, Traveler? Lenny and the others have to duel the knave. What should we do? Can they really win something like that?
Remember our deal.
If they lose, those people from the house are really gonna be executed. Hey, are you listening?
Remember, is executing them really what she wants? No, not at all.
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver.
Back then, she never actually answered my question. She never has. She's been sidestepping all of them pretty well. That makes the answer pretty obvious, doesn't it?
Oh, looking at that expression on her face, she seems really serious about this.
I should have changed up my team. Wait, no.
Duel on purpose, huh?
Wait, I really should have changed up my team. Wait, I'm in danger. Oh no, wait, can you let me change my party before I do this? It's not gonna throw me right in, right? Uh-oh. Oh no. Can you give me them as trial characters? Okay. There's no way the knave would lose on purpose, although...
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior. And any disputes are less likely to escalate.
When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
Yeah, we're lending our help to the house. Against her.
What's wrong, Traveler? Hey, where are you going?
Oh, is that where the nah, I'd win comes from? Because I've been hearing that a lot from friends.
Traveler?
Hello! Oh, look at that dull blade. I'd like to see for myself what the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers can do.
You're asking to join the duel against the knave?
Yes. If that's okay.
I'll allow it. We do have a ready-made dueling ring at our disposal, after all.
Damage output is high. Well, you know what? I have shields. That's all I've got.
All I would advise is this.
I have no damage.
Keep a firm grasp on your weapon.
Hey,
and give it your all.
What's up with the shaking? Why is it shaking?
Just lose your life.
Ah! I didn't even grab another geoconstruct user for Chiori. Oh yeah, I can't change anything. Okay! That's not good. Wait, at the very least, I am going to put on the food thing. I have a feeling I'll need it. Alright. Woo! Hi! Okay.
Is it my turn now?
Dodge and you'll be fine. Just don't get hit by anything. Oh, hi! Whoa, okay. Can't just do that. Double up on my shield. Why is Kuching here? I don't even know why she's here. What did I have her for? Okay. Nope. Am I alright? You know. You know, that's debatable, really. Hybrid Bloom? I think I had her for a puzzle. I think that's the answer. I don't know why she's here. Okay.
I really have to draw my grade.
You're not even fighting! Okay, I'm gonna do this. I was really hoping that that would give me invulnerability frames, but hey.
Have a taste
Whoa.
of purgatory.
Where? Why are you floating? Ma'am, 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 ma'am. Hi, hi. Oh, 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 oh. What is this? Why am I playing 14? I'm doing my raid later. My raid is after stream. No.
Let's go, Tomato.
Yeah, sure, having Farina doing this. I might switch her to the healing one, actually. Did I clear Bond of Life yet? No. Now I did. Ha! The power of mushrooms. You have a phase 2. I don't doubt that you have a phase 2. I don't trust that health bar. What? What? No. No! No! Oh. Oh dear. Phase 2! It's burnt oh. Oh, that's scary. Oh my god, she's trying to kill us. I don't think this is a friendly spar. I think everyone's just dead. You wake up. We're just in Skyrim now. We're just gone already. Never mind. She's a spider. Oh, that's so mean! What the heck? Please no! I'm gonna use invulnerability frames. Oh wait, that was Lenny's cat. I saw that. Oh! Ooh, okay. Hey, 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 hi. You know, it's oh, heck. Great, great, great. Everything's great. Oh, I do not like. I'm gonna change to the Healy one. Oh! I'm gonna just... That broke through my shield fast! You don't say! Oh, that's actually really cool! Oh, that they're fighting with me. Also, oh dear, merciful everything. I'm gonna check. Hey, this Oceanid is my friend! You killed my Oceanid friend. That's so rude.
Over here.
Now's our chance as she teleports away. Okay. That is such good music! Oh, I see. Thank you. Oh. Oh? Oh, I didn't even have to finish the battle? I thought Beto had the parry.
You should know better than to crowd in one place.
I'm not a fan of the teeth. Oh, it really is just the raid all over again.
Oh, I know.
No! Card clone jutsu.
I'm sorry, Father!
I don't think they got her. She got them with her hands!
Sorry for what? This pitiful excuse for an attack.
Traveler, go. Take the opportunity. Oh, wow. Good job. That's exactly what I would have done. Not that it would have worked, but hey. Don't move a muscle. Come on, someone get the anime power up. Come on.
Father, no!
Traveler?
Made it out, did you? You're stronger than I expected.
She did trap us the least. Huh? Did she just Sharingan? Did she just domain expansion us? Huh?
I can't move.
This is actually the infinite Tsukiyomi. Or whatever, the manga kill Sharingan. This is just that. Oh no. Huh?
Still.
Oh, he's so scared.
Not strong enough to beat me.
She's scary. She's really scary. And y'all want her to step on you?
I believe we can end things here. It's not often that we get to enjoy the company of guests, after all. We wouldn't want things to get too out of hand.
Did I start? You know what? Hey, more power to you. I do not have the strength.
Brother, are you alright?
Linny. Given that I am the victor of this duel, as agreed, the punishment stands.
Okay, this is entirely unrelated to everything that's happening here. Is it just me, or is the shrine in the back, like, floating off the mountain? Linny absolutely has several broken ribs. It's okay, though. We don't have a healer. Never mind, it is not okay.
No!
This isn't about the shrine. Or not shrine, the treasure rope thing? Building? The key thing.
I never thought things would end like this.
However,
Shrine of the Death.
everyone
Oh, it is a shrine.
involved in the duel demonstrated a remarkable level of strength and determination. In light of
You were gonna do this the
I'm
whole
prepared
time.
to change the method of execution. Elwar, the bottled flames I gave you for safekeeping. Do you still have them?
Yes? I wasn't sure what they were for, but I've kept them super safe. I didn't lose a single one.
Wonderful. Then, in just a moment, I'll have you administer them.
Wait, does this take a portion of their memories away? Does this... Oh! That makes sense. I see. That's how they can get out. That's why their quote-unquote lives... Oh, that's
Bottled
clever.
Flames?
Eat it. Eat the fire. Nom nom.
Indeed. They're the product of a secret experiment.
Oh!
Under certain special circumstances, flames can be extracted from my person and preserved. Once ingested, searing pain will spread across every inch of your body. No harm will come to you physically, but your memories will be burned away. If you can withstand the pain. When you awake, you'll have forgotten everything you know about the House of the Hearth, and will be expelled from the organization. In other words, administering this concoction will kill the version
I was right.
of you
The
that
metaphor.
grew up in the house, and give you a new identity.
If... I assume that all of them were raised to be tough enough to withstand it. So that means the young man that I thought looked familiar, one selling newspapers outside the Palais Marmonia, he must have been the same Horer we saw on the list of executions. He wasn't killed at all.
Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will alter your sense of self.
No, if my understanding of the Knave is right, she really thinks of that as killing him. The Horer that lived in the House of the Hearth is dead. The one that remains is simply a normal person living out his life with his beloved. Even so, it's much better than actually ending their lives.
So, you're just letting us go, Father?
Well, in a matter of speaking.
You misunderstand. Memories are extremely important. Once consumed by flame, the version of you standing before me will die, and our secrets will die with you. So no, I don't intend to just let you go, because the person who survives will be nothing but a stranger.
Even so, I won't have to live in fear anymore. I'm sorry, Father. I'm sorry I let you down. But I really...
Don't cry, Filial. You haven't left the house yet, so there are still rules to be followed, yes? Remember what I taught you. Anger makes you impulsive, sorrow causes you to waver. Don't let yourself be controlled by your emotions.
Of course. I'll remember.
Dry your tears, and go pursue the life you really want.
Yes, Father.
Chaplot, Foltz, Elwar. Take them back to Poisson. And bring Linny and the others as well. I prepared 3 extra vials of bottled flames. As for whether to take them, the choice is yours. Goodbye, children. The next time we meet, I will no longer be your father. Thank you for all you've done for the house. I hope you have bright futures ahead of you.
Father!
Let's go.
Here, grab my arm, Linny. I'll help you walk back.
Thank you.
Oh, he is still very injured.
Claire V.
Yeah, I mean, in a manner of speaking, it is death. It's the death of oneself. Yeah, Lenny did just tank that entire attack alone.
Can we talk now? I've been waiting for a super long time. You really are Perry, aren't you? I haven't seen you in so long. How come you're all grown up? Wait, did I somehow travel to the future on accident? Or am I dreaming? What a long dream.
Neither. You died, Claire V. That's what happened.
You could have at least sugarcoated it a little. Look, she's done speechless.
This really is Clairvy's younger self, then I would say she's probably had enough lies.
Oh. Okay then. Huh? That's it? You accepted it just like that? Yep. If that's what Perry says happened, then I believe her. Perry wouldn't lie to me.
Yeah, it tracks with how their friendship was, like, described, so...
Plus, I don't really need to know why I'm like this. I'm more curious about what happens in the future. If you're a harbinger now, Perry, that means Mother is gone, isn't she? Can you tell me about it? I want to know what happened to her. And to me.
You never stopped trying to defy fate. At first, no one believed you. You could only vent your frustrations to the moon. In fact, you often sought comfort in the night sky. You wanted to see the aurora, so one night we promised each other we would go to Snezhnaya to see it together. Later on, you tried to run away, but you were brought back each time. Mother spared your life, but it wasn't out of kindness. Instead, she decided to make an example of you by slowly torturing you over time.
Oh.
That way, the other children would know what happens to traitors.
Oh my... It took 10 years to break her then. Oh my god.
Still, you never gave up. Mother hoped that through ruthless duel after ruthless duel, she would be able to crown an ultimate victor among the children she raised. But you called on everyone to unite, to fight to a draw in order to reduce casualties. Your efforts may have only delayed the inevitable, but still. You gave them hope. You tried everything you could think of, but every attempt ended in failure. Still, you never turned your sword on Crucibina, and you never turned it on me. On that gloomy day, you told me, "For the last 16 years of my life, I've done everything I can to fight for freedom. But now, I realize that the only freedom I truly possess is the freedom to choose to die."
I never imagined I would say something like that. I must have been feeling really worn down. But somehow, I still think I understand. According to Mother's plan, only one of us was going to make it until the end. And I always hoped that person would be you. If I could do it all over again, I still don't think I would make a different choice. Even when I first met you, I knew you'd be able to do what I couldn't.
Is that so? Even now, I'm not sure I truly understand what kind of freedom you were trying to pursue. But as the head of the House of the Hearth, and as the children's father, I've tried to give them the most basic of freedoms. The freedom to choose their own fate. It's something I discussed with the Eudex of Fontaine. The children who want to leave the house will have their memories wiped clean of all secrets pertaining to the organization. In return, they will be allowed to live a normal life in Fontaine without being prosecuted for their past. Of course, I won't simply hand freedom to them on a silver platter. They have to fight for it and prove themselves worthy of it. Only freedom that is earned has true value.
That's more than enough. That's exactly the kind of life I was fighting for. You know, Perry, I think you're a pretty amazing king, and a really great father, too. I'm really happy that you're the one who took over the house. I guess I do have one regret, though. I still haven't seen the outside world.
Well, it just so happens that our dear guests over here have been to many nations and traveled to countless places. Perhaps they would be willing to tell you what the outside world is like.
Really?
Of course! We've traveled all over the place. We've got so many stories, we could probably talk your ears off for 3 days straight!
Oh. Well, let's go in order.
You know, I used to dream of being a bard. Playing the lute while singing into the winds of freedom. Even if there was no one there to listen, I would have continued to sing no matter what. Ah, that's where Mora comes from. I never knew that before. If I had some Mora, I would buy 3 new dresses. One for me, one for Perry, and one for Mother. It's just too bad Perry doesn't like wearing dresses. And Mother, she probably wouldn't accept something like that either. I guess I'd just have to keep them all for me then. I could wear a different one every day. Those yokai you mentioned, what do they look like?
Oh, you know. Cats.
I once saw a drawing of this one guy with horns on his head and a super scary face. Are there any yokai like that?
Oh, sounds like you're talking about an Oni. Yep, we've met one, and let Paimon tell you, they're not nearly as scary as they look.
Itty bitty ito. No, that's not even... Okay. Not even close to being accurate. Oh, this is probably to continue it, I see.
I was always too afraid to skip Mother's fighting lessons. But at the academia, I bet you could do all sorts of secret things in class. Things that have nothing to do with studying.
Yeah, you know, like doodle on your papers, or like sneakily... I know people could sneakily go on their phones. Under their desk. I'm gonna out myself. When I was, I think in middle school, something that I did was, you know, like wired earphones? I would slip one into one of my long sleeves and like lean against my head. So like, you know, I was like leaning against my hand while I was doing things so that I could like listen to something while I'm like doing things. Just play it on the smallest volume that you could so that no one would hear it. And it would especially help when the wired earphones started having like the pause thing like on the wire, so I could just do all of that very discreetly. I haven't heard of those before. Oh no. Aging. Sometimes with a wire on your back. Oh, that's fair, that's fair. It fully depends. I think it might depend on like your outfit. I wore a lot of like hoodies and jackets and stuff, so it was easier for me to slip it through my sleeve. Yeah, no, my hair was also long enough that I could hide it like that too. But it's just like in order to like keep it like really discreet so that no one would see it in my ear, because like if I pull away my hand while it's in my sleeve, you can't see that stuff. Can't prove it unless you tell me to take my jacket off. Yeah, and sometimes just people didn't care. That's true.
I'm just kidding. Being able to study whatever you want without having to fear for your life actually sounds pretty great.
Alright, Fontaine. The nation she once called home.
The situation was super dangerous. Lenny and Lynette were accused of committing a crime, and they were going to have to stand trial at the Opera Epicles.
Oh no! That must have been hard for all of you. What happened next?
Well, you see, we played an Ace Attorney game, and...
Don't worry, we were able to turn the situation around super quickly.
Oh, you still have those?
Paimon, of course.
How'd you do that? Come on, tell me.
Yeah, no, tell us. Where did you get that from?
Okay, so it was
Oh,
like this.
not the glasses.
After
Okay.
the failed magic show, we rushed to the scene and...
Oh my god, a hoodie that had like... That's really cool. Let's go. We're all discussing techniques to get away with being... Well, in my case, you know, focusing. It helped with focusing, because then I wouldn't be antsy, you know? I'm sure that was my excuse at the time. Clairvy is listening really intently to Paimon's story about her time in Fontaine. She seems really happy, like all her troubles have been forgotten. Yeah, I mean, some teachers are very chill about it. The ones where I did that were not very chill about it. Like, they were the type there that, like, you wouldn't be able to get away with doodling on your notes, sort of a thing, too. Maybe this is the first time she's ever been able to truly relax. But I'm not sure how long this moment can last.
Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is quickly forgotten over time.
Oh, and there the shrine is, floating over the mountain once again. Was the quiet kids and no one ever noticed? Literally, if you have a reputation as the quiet, studious one, you get away with a lot of stuff. Like that other kids would not be able to even ask. Cause like, I used to, what was it? I used to like lose my pencils and stuff a lot, and I would be like, because I was so like single focused on it, I would be like, and it would bother me, I would ask to go and like find it, and I'd be gone for like 10 minutes at a time, like searching for it, like retracing my steps, and like I was being very honest about that. But like, I feel like with other kids, it's just like, it sounds like an excuse, right? To get out of class, but I'm just there being like, where is it? Where did I leave it? In the darkened auditorium that I definitely am not allowed into. I'm gonna go in there and grab it. I'm sure whoever was on the cameras in the office was having a field day whenever I did that. Huh. So busy thinking, I almost didn't notice. Sun has risen. Oh, cutscene.
Clairvy, you've worked tirelessly from the shadows to overthrow the House of the Hearth. Now, by my authority as the Knave, I shall announce how this matter ends. You are hereby expelled from the House of the Hearth. You are no longer tied to this place, nor are you bound by its rules.
You're saying that I can finally leave? I get to experience the outside world as well? Oh, I almost forgot. There's no getting older for me. Still, seeing who you grew up to be makes me really happy, Parallel. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
May we meet again someday.
Clairvy.
Yeah.
She left so soon. Paimon didn't even get to finish her story.
I also have certain sentiments left unsaid.
That's probably why Clary stayed behind in the first place.
I wanted to tell her that the aurora I saw in Snezhnaya was just as beautiful as the ones in the pictures.
Oh, that line hurts. Oh, okay.
But a shadow's memories reset at dawn. Had we delayed any longer, we wouldn't have had the time to say goodbye.
The fact that she knows when the memories reset is very telling.
Whatever regrets may linger, let them be lost to the coming of a new day.
Oh, Linny.
Father?
Wait, no, Linny, your ribs.
It's Linny! Hey, Linny!
That's true, the others are not here. It's just Linny.
What is he doing back here? Let's go check it out.
Coughing up his ribs, I think. He's fine. I don't know about that one. We really should get him to, like, not Dottore, but like a doctor. Not the doctor, a doctor. A medical professional.
Father, the bottled flames have been administered.
It's
Leo
Neurosport.
and the others have left the house.
Nothing a little spit can't heal.
And you? What have you decided?
Thank you for giving us that choice, Father. But we never wanted to leave the house. It's the only home we've ever known. Lynette and Fremine feel the same way. They're recuperating back at the Hotel Bouffe d'été. But I decided to come back and tell you where we stood.
I'm sure you're well aware of the expectations I have for you. I want you to follow in my footsteps and become the next king of the house. Yet you seem to have different ideas. I must admit, I'm rather surprised by your decision to stay. There's nothing wrong with choosing to live a quiet life. Leading this organization is a heavy responsibility, one not so easily carried by someone forced onto the throne.
I think that Linny cares a lot about the kids in the House of the Hearth, enough so that he would take up that responsibility to make sure that they're all okay. Like, that's what I'm thinking his reason is.
I just never understood what you saw in me. What made you believe I was deserving of that throne?
What I just said, actually. He cares a lot and is willing to do a lot for them, and that's very important for at least Arlecchino's vision for the House of the Hearth.
You're brave, talented.
There it is.
And, most importantly, you cherish your family. You would do anything to protect them. Even if it costs you your life.
Speaking up back there was so brave of you, Linny. It's all thanks to you that we were able to convince Father to back down.
You're a hero, Linny.
Hero. Father is the real hero. Had Father gone all out during the duel, there's no way I would have walked away with my life. She must have had it all planned from the beginning, from the very moment she suggested a duel.
Not just from that moment. She had that plan since she told us to side with you guys. Like, she's had this plan probably from, like, the moment she saw you guys planning things.
I'm not deserving of that title. I'm not strong enough or smart enough.
Fultz wasn't really betraying anyone. Fultz was just trying to maintain stability in the best way he knew how.
You're wrong.
Oh?
In my opinion, all you need to be deserving of the throne is conviction and the necessary strength to act on it.
Oh yeah, she had to keep up her image, of course. Been planning this for a while, Hora was already out. Oh yeah, but like, since she told us to side with the House of the Hearth to make our decision, like, she's been planning this particular thing for a while now. Probably ever since she knew that, they wanted to get out. It's crazy.
We may have different ideas of what it means to be a family, but you can hardly be said to lack conviction. What you truly lack is strength. For someone of your talent, though, that's something that will come with time. Even without that strength, you still chose to face me in a duel, even though the odds were stacked against you. That capacity to honor your convictions is what I truly see in you.
I'm really glad that, like, Arlecchino's, like, living up to my, I guess, initial impressions of her. That, like, she's stern and cold, but, like, she really deeply cares about the kids in the House of the Hearth. And, like, I'm glad that that turned out to be real.
Father.
Because this is ominously wholesome, and it's leaning more towards wholesome now. Your verse looks silly, please change it. You need to be more ominous. Too much wholesome, gotta balance the scales.
No one knows
She's
what
a father.
the future holds, what tragedy or triumph may be in store. Being at the head of this organization requires the strength of will to face whatever comes. Caution will only hold you back. If reaching a certain standard were required to go after what you want, I would never have succeeded in killing my predecessor. Back then, there was still a considerable gap between our abilities. Strength may decide the ultimate victor, but those who let a lack of strength dictate their decisions or undermine their convictions will never be worthy of the throne.
I understand, Father. Thank you.
Children must grow up to surpass their parents. Only then can a family continue to flourish. The road ahead is not an easy one, so I'll ask you one last time. Are you certain you want to stay?
You've done so much for me, Father, and that kindness must be repaid. Plus, with Project Stuja at hand, there are many dangers ahead, and I, for one, don't intend to back down.
We still don't know what Project Stuja is.
Protecting my family at all costs. That's my conviction.
Then you're welcome to stay. As for Project Stuja, you need not be too concerned. If those cowardly businessmen and heartless dignitaries try to take us down, I'm prepared to teach them a lesson. Having members who longed for the light was our organization's last weakness. With those members no longer among our ranks, the House of the Hearth is like a spider hiding in the shadows. We need only wait for our prey to come to us. At present, our imperative is to use their plan to our advantage. In doing so, a crimson moon shall rise amid the frigid blizzards of winter. No demonstration of loyalty shall go unrewarded, and no sacrifice shall be in vain.
That's interesting. That makes them sound less like a united front than they appear to be.
As for the two of you, whether we meet again as friend or foe, I'll remember the camaraderie we shared in this moment. No matter how arduous the journey ahead, I hope we both reach our desired destination.
Oh, 2 days later. Interesting. Alright. I was low-key expecting it to end there. It's like that would have been a decent point to end it, so I wonder, maybe it's like talking to Lynette and Fremine? Making sure they're all healed and their ribs are attached. Yeah, Stuja seems to be a big thing, but we don't know anything about it other than like, you know, the general name meaning, but like that could just be a normal naming convention.
Lynette and Fremine were recovering at the hotel booth.
We are checking up on them. Okay.
Oh, Paimon wonders how they're doing. Maybe we should go check on them.
Let's see. Where are they? Here.